Hello, it's men's final time here from the European Dodgeball Championship 2017 from Glasgow, and it's going to be an absolute ripper. It's England up against Northern Ireland, and I'm joined here by Greg Whitehouse. Greg, how you doing?
Not bad. Yourself, Louis?
I'm having a great weekend watching some dodgeball. They've been, well, some athleticism, some teamwork, and it's just such a flamboyant sport.
It is, and you know, a lot of these players not just play in England, but obviously in Ireland, they play together, and not just in club teams, but here at international as well. This is a game to watch. This is going to be a very, very close game. Northern Ireland playing out of their socks this tournament. We all know what England can do. We've seen it in many European championships before. And I think this game is going to be very, very close.
I mean, you look at England, they're supported by 13 support staff, psychologists, nutritionists, S&C coaches, you name it. Northern Ireland haven't got that luxury, but actually what they have got is a little bit of fight, determination, spirit. Is that going to be enough to cause an upset?
Passion is the biggest thing in this sport, you know. A passion can turn a team from maybe not the worst team around, but mediocre team into a team that can conquer, let's say, European giants like England. Never, ever count out the underdog in this.
Well, not only European giants now, the English world giants after winning the World Cup last year in Manchester. Huge, huge achievement for them. The crowd obviously packed into this Ravenscraig arena just outside of Glasgow, as we are almost ready to rumble. Which ones are the ones to look out for here for you, Greg?
I mean, Wong there, number 9, incredible player. So flamboyant on the court, incredible player.
So we are almost ready to go. Players are taking their marks. You've got the quick ones at the start who are going to flip the ball back to their throwers. And we're off for the European Dodgeball Championship Finals 2017. England versus Northern Ireland. That's some hit straight away. Number 9 absolutely almost takes the legs off of the Northern Irish.
Yeah, Kelvin Lee just getting hit there by Brett Koenig. No stranger to European Dodgeball. Brett Koenig, and also the World Cup last year, played and was voted by, I guess, the commentary team and many of people back home. Brett Koenig was voted MVP there at the World Cup last year.
Full of dodgeball superstars. You see that the two halves, 15 minutes per half, and each half is split into 3-minute matches. So if you manage to knock the the opposing team out, you score 2 sets for your team.
Yep.
And there's as many sets as you can get into a half.
That's it. And obviously, if there is a draw, both teams take 1 set point each.
Ooh, there's a hit. No, it's a block, actually.
A block there, but then gets hit up by debutant Jordan Taylor, who is having a really good tournament. Also, number 18, Ryan Neal there, also having a great tournament. Used to play for Wales, but due to ineligibility, now plays for the England squad. Oh, what a catch there. Taking a catch from Alex Harrison as he walks into the outbox. Plucked
it from absolutely nowhere. Now they have a chance. There's 4 absolutely flying towards the English number 9, who's looking at his... What's he saying there? He's getting held back by his teammate.
I think he's annoyed that no balls are in the possession. Although 3 was back here, we didn't have it. Well, England didn't have any under control.
I mean, he had nothing to block with. There you go.
There we go. Neely gets hit. He claims he's been hit, and Northern Ireland take the first set.
Really, really fascinating stuff here. England are definitely the favourites, but you can already see that they're starting to look at each other. They're starting to almost, they're just a little bit disgruntled. Yeah, they'll start asking questions of each other. But you can't start at this late stage. At this early stage, we know what England are capable, and when they start to settle down, they are really fierce competitors. It's just intriguing to watch performance sport under pressure, and you see players start to blame each other, and it's definitely not the way forward because the pressure just starts to rise, and maybe a little bit of patience is here needed from England just to understand that they're the better team on paper. Yep. But also accept that and know that their time will come. Yep. Well, that's the point, you know. England, they're only 2 set points down. That's nothing, you know. Just 2.5 minutes gone. Ryan Neal doesn't make the catch there. He's been having a blinder this tournament. Already got a couple of votes for MVP under the belt. We saw Ryan Neal play against Scotland yesterday. He was on flames. Yep. Northern Ireland just throwing bricks at the English here, hitting him left, right and centre. It's almost just nudging England, saying, hey, we're up for this.
Yeah, and I think that fight is going to prove worthy as we go on through this game.
There's at least one gone from Northern Ireland. Another chance here.
Yeah.
Ireland pinned back to the baseline. Now they're just taunting forward. A chance for them to score themselves, but it looks like they...
Yeah, Kelvin Lee there on the right-hand side. A massive arm there. Not to be underestimated. You can see here these balls are travelling anywhere up to 70, 80 miles an hour. They're 7-inch cloth.
That's a phenomenal hit on the English 9 as he has to leave the arena. He gets his marching orders, but there's also a hit on an Irish player. So we're 3 against 3, and this is anybody's game here, but Ireland have the ball and they really need a hit.
Oh, and Harrison there secures that catch.
That's a turning point within this game, surely.
Yeah.
4 against 2, tables have turned.
There's an old English dodgeball saying catches win matches, and it certainly does. It can change the game in a matter of seconds.
Some dodge that is if he's got away with it. No, he goes to the floor, but it goes over his shoulder.
Yep.
He's out of here. Get out of here now. Last man standing.
Yep, Kelvin there. Oh, and gets hit on the knees as Jordan Taylor takes that hit there. So,
fast-paced start.
Very fast-paced start. Just over 4 minutes gone, and 2 set points apiece.
Good work from the speedsters from both teams.
Yeah, Sean Douglas just pips Ryan Neal to the post there. Obviously, no feet can cross that centre line when the rush starts.
That's a great hit.
Yeah, but Matthew Josiah walks to the outbox, the captain for the men's England Lions squad.
Oh, standoff, but...
Oh, he's not seen Alex Harrison there, but Alex Harrison was hit first, so his throw won't count. Oh, it's Simon Jones, not Alex Harrison. My mistake.
Just shows how quickly this game can go. Balls flying absolutely everywhere. There's another huge throw. It's a right-handed whip from the left-hand side, but fortunately it misses out. No joy this time for Ireland, but again, if anyone was writing them off, you might see it a little bit differently right now.
Oh, that's it, you know. A lot of teams always write off the underdog, especially in a battle of giants here, but we can see how, oh, what a shot there, clipping the shoes of Shun, but Jordan Taylor also gets hit there. So, England, a player down, but a catch or a hit will change that play. Now, a ball each.
That's bounced, so that won't count as a hit. You have to be hit on the fall.
Yep. If the ball is still alive, if it becomes dead, then once the ball hits you, you won't be classed as out. Kelvin there. Nice fake up on Brett. Brett's pressured back.
Power generated by obviously foot speed, but also body weight going through the ball, and also power from the shoulder just means that some of these balls are flying across your screen at home.
Yep.
Phenomenal stuff.
Alex Harrison just has to watch out there for his throws. We all know he's capable of hitting a target, so he doesn't want to be deemed throwing unnecessary invalid balls there, otherwise he'll be called out.
3v2, and Northern Ireland, if they're going to win these games...
Kelvin ducks under. Sean Douglas there. What a throw on.
Exactly, if I was just going to say, like, if they're going to win these games, they have to deliver at clutch times. That's a clutch time. That could have gone either way. There's a catch and the game turns.
Yep, and then
but
Brett,
right now they're still on top.
That's it. Brett then just hits Sean Douglas's shoe. 2 throws together. They've got to track back. He gets the ball. Oh, and still gets hit, though.
That's an unbelievable ping.
Oh, no, apparently they're deeming it was a block first. Oh, and Brett claims he didn't catch that ball there.
Phenomenal stuff. 2 in the hand, but that one there was the one dropped through the hand, straight onto the floor. Puts his hand up, says, yeah, my bad, I'm out. That's 4-2 now, Northern Ireland. Yep. Big, big game. We're off again. It's the 4th game of this.
Oh, Ryan Neal making the full start. So Northern Ireland, I do believe at current, take the starting ball. This ball is live from the get-go. 4 balls back in the middle.
So yeah, whoever false starts, the other team managed to get all of the balls.
Yep, the middle ball. The middle ball will go first.
Which means there's going to be an absolute onslaught.
Yep, and Danny Eccleton, head ref on this court has just told manager John Rutland to tell the England guys to keep their mouth stum.
Pressure surely on the English now.
They've got to get some big hits now. If Northern Ireland want to take control of this game, they've got to get at least 2.
Well, there's 1, there's 2, there's your 2. Maybe a 3? No, definitely not a 3. But
2 big players for the England guys as well. Matthew Josiah and Brett Koenig make their way to the outbox.
You see that both of those players are the ones doing quite a lot of the throwing for the England team. 2 of their biggest attackers out the game.
Well, normally, yeah, the big throwers will head out to the wings. Now, obviously, you can see the rearrangement of the squad.
Yeah, they've completely changed. Pressure cooker now for England, who, well, they would have been very confident coming into here. Maybe underestimated Northern Ireland just a little bit. Do you think they would have spent some of their time preparing for the female game more, the Austrian game, and seen that as a tougher task or not?
I don't think so. I think you've got to take your own game as it comes. You can only play who's in front of you. And when it comes to England Lions, you've got to play the game. You've got to slow it down because England play a slow game. And to beat them, you've either got to go super quick out the blocks, which Northern Ireland have done, or slow it down so much that England really don't have a chance to move. And Ryan Neal not getting a chance to do much in this game. We've seen him all tournament making big movements and played out of his socks. Normally a 1v4, I think a 1v5 he completed earlier. Oh, and Jordan Taylor takes the catch. Secured off the other ball.
That could be championship defining right there, because if Northern Ireland would have got a hit instead of England getting a catch,
yeah, well,
they would have been well in charge again to go 6-2 up, but instead we're back at 2-2 and England now must be favourites.
Well, that's it.
To go back to 4-4.
We just saw Alex Harrison walk out because he'd been called out for an earlier throw, and Sean Douglas does the block. Got to take a hit there, and what
a suffer that, England.
That's it. The delayed throw on Jordan Taylor is crucial because he likes to make quick movements nice and early. Now you've got to throw.
Now he was stranded, but that's some catch, but the referees had to step in.
They think that may be a hit first on his knee as he's gone up. It looked like it from this position, but hey-ho, I'm not the referee.
Decisions like this define championships, and this is huge in the context of the game, because obviously Northern Ireland will take a 6-2 lead with just under 5 minutes left in this first half, and England, who's many people's favourites, will be struggling. But looks like it's gone England's way. Looks like Koenig is in there celebrating. That tells us enough that...
That's it. So Sean Douglas happy with the decision there from head ref Danny Eccleton.
So that brings us back to 4s, doesn't it?
It does. The scoreboard will be changed, and it is 4 sets apiece.
4-4 after what's been a highly entertaining start here in the men's gold medal match, that's for sure.
That's it. Just under 5 minutes left now. 4 sets apiece. And some great dodgeball being played already in this game.
Just thought in the last game that Northern Ireland were going to take a 4-point lead, especially with Josiah and Koenig going early. That was a huge swing, but they managed to stay in there. They were very, very good.
Yep.
England, just to keep making plays, and that catch at the end was massive.
That's it. And for Simon Jones yet again going out. Some of these England Lions lads have just come back from Las Vegas playing dodgeball over there for UDC, and Brett tagged. Brett gets hit there on the jump up. That's what you got to do against Brett Koenig. Throw 4 balls, and that's the way. Sean Douglas makes the jump, but just gets clipped on the feet.
Just so impressed with Northern Ireland, the way that not only have they just performed for 2 or 3 of the games, they're in absolutely every game here. They're in charge.
Yeah. Well, you said it, like they've really come out the blocks here against England, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to play them at their own game, pressure them back to the courts. But now England with 3 balls.
It's gone to the deck there. Northern Irish player at the top left of the screen.
Yeah,
very well.
Aaron Murphy just getting out of the way of that. bounces before it hits him. He blocks that to the ground. They've got to play one now.
Oh,
nice, Harrison's get hit.
Oh, and then they miss out on the running counter, England, and that's massive because they needed to try and get one each out, but unfortunately, the miss from England again has given Northern Ireland the initiative going through to the final stages of this game.
Yep, one catch here, though, can change it around, Louis, and we've seen it already in this game. Jordan Taylor catch changed the game around a couple of sets ago. Nice dodging, and
oh, sit down.
He just misses out on that catch, as I've just said it.
Floored him.
That's it.
Another big arm. Is that a catch from Neil? Is he going to take it? He's a bit undecided as well. There's a little bit of indecision, but they've taken the catch. But the body language from Neil there did not really ooze confidence of a catch.
It looked from this angle, and I can't say it all, but looked like it bounced first, but Neely claims the catch, and Alex Nelson, line ref, claims the catch has been made.
Again, another big decision that's just changed the game.
That's it. Matthew Josiah now joins the party of Ryan Neal. Oh, and number 7 there, Adam Hill, doesn't quite make the catch. England now go up 6-4. 1 minute 50 to play. All to play for in this first half.
If you are new to dodgeball, we hope that you are enjoying it because it is a fascinating sport that's always high in entertainment value. Oh, someone's gone down. Hands on the face. This does not look good.
And that's Ryan Neely, star player in this tournament.
It's good to see that he's okay. Dodgeball's very own Terry Butcher.
That's it.
Is he allowed back in? Another better look. Oh, it was the head of Neely that went straight into the knee of the opposition.
I think he stumbled there on the rush for the centre ball, taking Sean Douglas's knee to the head, but a hand did go over the centre line, so he is called out at the same time. A nice fake from England there, trying to force more balls into their possession.
Bullying.
That's it.
Play from England, that 2-point gap that might have just relieved a little bit of the pressure on them that has been building throughout the early stages.
Really bizarre that Matthew Josiah has moved to the centre when taking that catch. We don't really see him in the centre. Maybe he's getting targeted just a little. We know that he's one of the legends of the sport. And now 4 balls. And is hit there.
8-4 with 40 seconds left, and really Northern Ireland now, they need to try and win this final game to at least get them back to within 2. They just need more players on than the opposition. Yep. Final game of the first half for sure, just about to get underway. If Northern Ireland do finish with more players than England, they come back to just 2 points the gap. It's a huge, well, huge point of within the context of the game.
Exactly. If Northern Ireland can close this out with 5 seconds to go, then another 30-second period, another 30-second set will commence. Oh, Matthew Josiah just drops the catch at the line.
What we do know about this England team is when the pressure is on them, because they're such high favourites, their heads do start to turn and focus on what each other are doing wrong,
yep, instead
of what they can do to help the team.
So both teams take a set point there. Both teams have 5 players left on court, so both teams will take a set point.
It's been an enticing first half here in Glasgow. And the great thing is that we still have another 15 minutes left. And if Northern Ireland can keep asking questions of this English team, they're going to be right in the hunt. I'm completely assured of that. What would you be saying now if you were the Northern Ireland coach?
We've really just got to settle this game down. And that's all they've got to do.
It's started to get a little bit frantic.
That's it, you know, they're bouncing and jumping left, right and centre. They've just got to calm their game down. Maybe they're being a tad too erratic. I think they've got to try and draw on the couple of sets they had at the beginning of the game, where they were taking England and pressuring them back to the back of the court. Incredible atmosphere at Ravenscroft here today.
Yeah, it's been amazing all weekend. The dodgeball community is a very fun and very loud community that, if you're a newbie to the sport like myself a little bit, obviously only being to one tournament before this, you can't help but feel warmed and welcomed by such a great group of people.
And that's it. We're not just incredible sports people, but we are a massive community in itself. Over 300 international players here this weekend from 14 countries. A massive turnout for Glasgow. And the England Lions put hands in.
Would you say, Greg, that this was the biggest game for Northern Irish dodgeball?
Oh, incredible, massive. They're always kind of been at the top, with Republic of Ireland also up there.
This one right here?
Yeah, this one is massive for them. Massive not just for Northern Ireland, but massive also for Republic of Ireland and the Irish community as a dodgeball whole.
So the second half of this men's gold medal match is underway.
Yep.
Here in Glasgow. It's England who, well, they're the favourites, but they have, well, they're in charge of this game by 4 points, but it's not been their own way. Northern Ireland have been phenomenal. They've battled, they've caused the English problems throughout the first, and I can't wait for this second half.
That's it. Danny Eccleston calls a play ball there, so they're going to have to throw. Oh, and they do. They hit Brett Koenig as he walks off. Slightly annoyed that the Northern Irish players are calling him out before the ref does.
Falls all around. There's two Northern Irish players already by the floor, just getting ready to go to the deck if they need to try and dodge the ball. A little team talk from England as they progress down the court, and there's a few fired at the Irish, but that's some almost Matrix-like move from Douglas.
That's it, Sean Douglas there, incredibly acrobatic, had an incredible tournament. But these Irish lads, these Northern Irish lads, are so acrobatic and such professionals in the game of dodgeball.
For me, this is the biggest game of this match so far. If Ireland win this, not only do they get back to 2, but it breeds that confidence.
That's it.
If England win this one, it's almost pushing Northern Ireland away yet again.
Yeah, so 3 players apiece now. Ryan Neal, Alex Harrison and Simon Jones left for the England Lions. What can they do? And they hit Ryan Neal while he's in the air.
Neal has gone. That's huge. It's off the back and out the back of play. They need a catch now, surely, England, but that will help. The hit down here at the centre of the Irish court has really levelled things up. This has been the story of the game so far. Every game has been nip and tuck. Oh, headshot. No, block. Looking for a headshot, I think, Northern Ireland, but it's not been given.
No, line referees have called it. Northern Ireland have to be careful here. If they start opening their mouth too much, then...
England are not admitting to anything here, are they?
Sometimes it's harder than it looks, you know. Sometimes it's harder than it looks, especially with 5 balls in play. You think that the ball that skims your head is probably the ball that's in your hands, but Lee here.
One-on-one, dual time, flying down the court, England, there you go. No real celebrations, just a little pat on the back of his opposition. That's very friendly, very sportsmanlike stuff, which is very characteristic of dodgeball, that's for sure. But the more of the story is that England have just gone up by 6. As we go yet again, England are now almost starting to cruise, but the score doesn't really reflect the match.
Well, that's it. Sometimes that's just the way of the game. That here we see 11-5, but Northern Ireland have been up for that. Every set that they've lost, it's been so close at the front. And it has been so close in every set that's been played. Northern Ireland definitely aren't out of this game just yet. There's still just under 12 minutes to go.
7 is out.
That's it. 3 go out there.
3. Good night, Ireland. Surely this is almost a nail in the coffin here for them if they lose this one quickly.
Well, you say that, but England will go up to 13 points. Northern Ireland still on 5. Oh, what a catch!
No, he took it by the scorer's table. Josiah flying down, right hand across the court.
And a massive round of applause for that gentleman there. What a catch. Committing himself off the side of the court. No care for technology.
The cameras almost went flying, but that's getting the hand-eye coordination there to take it on the dive through the table. Oh, there you go.
Nice. Sean Douglas commanding the Northern Irish Knights. They've got 5 balls in their possession. 3 have to be played. A call from Danny.
Oh, 3 missed.
Oh, straight in the head.
Stinger. But there is a counter-attack from England that keeps them in charge. That was some hit. Well, someone got knocked out yesterday here from being hit on the head with the dodgeball.
We've seen several headshots. They do count for anyone. Oh, Brett takes the comfortable catch at the back of the court.
That's a tough one to catch because obviously it came through Neil as well.
Yeah.
Difficult one to track into your hands.
Well, that's it. Neely just being tactically aware. And what a great set there. England go even further in front now. Is it too late for Northern Ireland?
I think everybody watching now can understand how and why Northern Ireland came through a strong Scottish team in the group stage, because they're just battling. Obviously the spirit's high, but they're very strong, physical and fast athletes as well.
Well, that's it. Like you said, they beat Scotland yesterday in the group stages. Well, Friday it was, they beat Scotland in the group stages. We're here on day 3 of the 3-day tournament. Scotland yesterday played England in a game that shouldn't really happen until the final, and it doesn't normally happen until the final in many a British and European championships. But it turned up a tad early at the quarterfinals, and Scotland missed out on the place at MSG next year.
Madison Square Garden for the World Cup of Dodgeball. Wow, how fun does that sound?
Exactly. Many a great sporting occurrences have happened there, and dodgeball's going to be the next.
And we're off again. England, well, leading comfortably now. There's another head injury. We've seen that earlier.
Neely again hit in the centre.
Just taking hits not only from the ball but from the floor as well. He's walking, looking a bit sorry for himself. O'Neill. There's a bit of a pause in the game. A little sweat on the Taraflex floor.
David Paul is here to wipe up the floor, along with Jonathan Rutland, the England manager.
Who will be feeling a little bit calmer than he would have been 10 minutes ago when Ireland started this game at a rate of knots. 5. Ireland with 3. Off the shoulder? No, it was a block from the Englishmen as they charged down.
Yep.
Missed diagonally, sorry.
So Northern Ireland with the 3 balls, what can they produce here? Just the 1 ball. That's all they need to do. An attack is made within that first 5 seconds. And Adam Hill takes a walk to the outbox after getting hit while high flying in the air.
This one, surely, for Northern Ireland is must win if they're going to stand any chance getting back into this one.
Heads have dropped a bit, and I'm not glad to see that, because I definitely know that Northern Ireland are a team that can be there winning this one day. Oh, and Matthew Josiah takes the catch. Jordan Taylor there, just behind him, making sure that he doesn't slide off the back of the court.
3 coming forward for Northern Ireland into the neutral zone, just lurking on their prey They all miss out this time, though, and there is a hit on the counter. 6 is out of here. So 8:34 left on the clock.
Yep. Johnny McAllister gets hit on the standing counter from Brett Koenig. Now, Josh McElroy in the neutral zone, just pressuring England back a bit. And a bounce called there. Like you said, Northern Ireland definitely have to be looking for this. They're going to have to start making catches if they're going to turn this set around.
It's just gone a little bit flat for Northern Ireland, hasn't it?
Yeah.
They were going at 1,000 miles an hour to start, and that's maybe a little bit sloppy from the Irishman, just getting caught on the backside as he has his hands up and well, it's given his marching orders to disappear for a moment.
Oh, and he was called line infringement. Wasn't sure on that. I didn't think his heel was quite on the floor. It's got to make physical contact with the line.
Some people in the crowd not agreeing with that decision, but can't argue too much with the referee. And we're off again with England leading by 10.
And that's it. The referee always makes the final decision here. No back chatting, because otherwise Danny, head ref here, will be getting out the yellow cards.
Just coming down, almost taunting his opponent. There's a hit on 9. Oh, there's a catch as well. Ireland are starting to fire it up again here. 3 coming forward now. And then they just back off. They're just buying their own time to attack as a 4 hit. Oh, down to the floor, almost press up position.
So Jordan Taylor subbed off here for Aidan Woodall, ambidextrous Aidan Woodall, ex-GB handball player. Weird style of throw. He can throw both with the left hand and the right hand.
Handballers have to be trained to sort of trade hands and be able to throw on the turn either way. Great skill to have.
That's it. And a lot of handball skills are come across in this game. We've seen many teams, many countries come over from handball ability.
And jumping around all over the place. There's a headshot, but no, it's not a headshot, it's a block, and then the balls crash against each other.
Best sounding dodgeball when 2 balls collide. Kelvin Lee not making the catch there. Bit gutted because he's in that right position. And Simon Jones just blocks to the floor.
Oh, pandemonium here. Northern Ireland still the team in charge of this game, but in the context of the match, they're falling away here, and surely it's England now that will definitely take the gold. They're already the reigning World Cup champions as well from last year in Manchester. One of the favourites maybe for the World Cup next year at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, Aidan Woodall gets the hit. Simon Jones is going to storm forward.
1 left. Here's your chance.
Oh, nice fake. Just pressuring Simon Jones to the back of the court. Now only with 1 ball. 5 minutes left. 10 points to gain.
Momentum starting to swing again, and now England have a chance to increase their lead in what is almost a certain victory now.
Simon Jones could have dropped the ball he had and gone for the catch, but he doesn't want to risk anything. The stare down happens as they start to creep towards the neutral zone. He blocks to the floor. He's got to track back.
Almost a sacrifice play.
Oh, both teams take another set point each after that draw. Brett, Pat, Simon on the head for a good competition.
So what you can't tell on the scoreboard is that each game is 3 minutes long. So when the timer ticks down to 3 minutes, that's the end of the game, and both teams finish with a point. So it's still a 10-point game here in Glasgow. It's a long way back with just 4 minutes left. There's enough time for 2 games. Too little, too late now for Northern Ireland. It's gone.
That's it. I think what might be being said in the Northern Ireland team huddle is that they've come this far, and what a massive success they've had throughout this tournament. Played on fire, beating Scotland in the group stages, and they got a nice run to the final here. They beat Republic of Ireland in the semi-finals. Now, 10 set points behind, 4 minutes to go. What can they do?
We're off again. England winning the contested balls in the middle, and then there's an Irish player absolutely storming through, and that's stuck out way. Well, 2 times number 4 had to go to deck, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, manages to get out the way, but there is one player who has to leave from the Irish team. There's pretty nuts in there when the whistle goes for the first time. Oh, 4 is now out of here from the diagonal throw from 9 from England. Still 10 points. Ireland really still trying to throw the kitchen sink at this one in a game that is now too little, too late for them. There's just a pause in play now, though. There's a bit of sweat on the floor.
Once again, whoa, you know, plenty of sweat here on this. Plenty of sweat on this court. These players don't stay dry the whole game. They are at max potential. Matthew Josiah just getting his feet on some sweat.
And we restart. Again, just coming forward, faking it a little bit. And they've got the ball, so they earn the power of possession, but...
Oh, Brett going for the catch there, just catching his fingers. So, both teams equal on players. And Ryan Neal getting caught up in the crossfire here.
Three forward again. There's a counter from England, but now under pressure, the English, and that's a hit. And 5 almost stays down.
That's it. Alex Harrison goes for it. One of his trademark catches, kind of jumps, floats in the air. Normally he takes the catch as he did against Scotland yesterday in the quarter-final.
Oh, off the knee, surely out of there, Josiah.
And Aidan Woodall makes a great block there.
It's a thunderbolt from Douglas with the right hand, and just pop the ball out, block it, easy pickings. Just shows how well your hand-eye coordination has to be within this game.
Yeah, plenty of things come into this game as...
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
went to the left, to the right, and then ducked underneath the ball. And you can just see reactions are phenomenal in here.
But Danny Eccleton calls a hit. Aidan Woodall says it didn't hit me, but he's not the referee in this game, unfortunately.
Referee loves making big calls.
John Rutland has just held the 2-minute finger mark up at the England lads. They're 8 points ahead. 2 minutes to go. If they can just control this now, they'll be European champions.
Well, it almost needs to be a disaster, doesn't it? Great for them to lose this one. 4 games in a minute and a half.
That's it. There is a little loophole within the rules that any time under 30 seconds.
Oh, here we go, battle. He says, hit me.
Any time under 30 seconds, a new 30-second set will commence. So if they can pump out quick sets game after game, then they'll get plenty of 30-second sets.
And then just stood up and said, come on then, mate, ping me.
Not afraid of anything, that man.
No. And he got pinged and out.
Well, James Tuthill, Scotland manager, but line ref in this tournament as one of the refs. Oh, and a hit there. About 45 seconds to go.
Such a shame for Northern Ireland because they started so well. They finished so well, but just in the middle stage, they just lost their tenacity and their intensity. that got them so far.
And they're chanting for Steve Ndumbe, one of the big power arms for England. Hasn't played much this tournament, but when he has, he's brought out that big arm. Sean Douglas grabs the middle ball.
Yeah, he is a weapon of mass destruction on the dodgeball court.
That's it, 17, Stephen Ndumbe. He's the guy that you should be looking out for. Kelvin Lee not just picking up that catch from a cross-court shot from Brett there.
Ndumbe does miss out, and then he has to get back quick, but unfortunately he ducks down and it just hits the back and out of play.
So Steve, and that's it.
There we have it. England win the European Dodgeball Championships for 2017 in emphatic fashion. But they've beaten a strong, spirited and very skillful Northern Irish team, Greg.
That's it. Well, the score finishes 17-11, and what a great game that was. So England have done the double so far.
Yeah, England certainly have done the double, but they were made to work very hard for it, the Northern Irish team that really, well, they beat Scotland, who were many people's favourites to challenge England. Yeah. They put up a great fight, didn't they?
They did, with just 2 set points within that game. Steve come on, and he said to me earlier on, he said that Northern Ireland won't go without a fight, and they all shake hands, best of friends off the court. Like we said, a massive community here in Glasgow.
Amazing performance from both teams. Maybe Ireland will be kicking themselves for just the middle period of the match where they just dropped in their intensity, as we spoke about earlier. In England, they're a class side, so they just took full-on advantage of that and really made them pay.
They did, like we said, Northern Ireland come out the blocks.
So we are going to have the presentation of the men's European Dodgeball Championship for 2017. England, many people's favourites from the off, but they proved that they were together through every game. They worked so hard for each other, and they were very, very class at important times. The captain, Josiah, comes forward to lift the trophy. And England are the European Dodgeball Champions of 2017. Very much a tournament for them to remember, and also a massive confidence boost going forward to New York City next year for the World Cup of Dodgeball at Madison Square Garden. Smiles all round for the English team, and why not? After winning the World Cup last year, they've only gone and made it a double with the European Championship.
So we're heading over to Sam Mason with Brett Koenig and Bruce Cousins. Let's see what they have to say.
So we just had a really close contested men's final between the England men and the Northern Ireland men. England came out victorious. First words from you, Brett.
Delighted for the lads. We worked incredibly hard since November. We had that loss to Scotland in the Six Nations. The work everyone in the squad's put in has been incredible. Nutrition, psychology, fitness, tactics, everything from grassroots all the way to the sort of international level at the clubs. Everything has been incredible, and they really deserve it. As a squad, I'm so pleased for them.
Brilliant words from you, Brett. Commiserations, Brew. What are your thoughts going into? Obviously, you qualified for the World Cup. What are your thoughts for then?
We're delighted to have qualified for the World Cup. It's going to be absolutely massive for Northern Ireland, such a small nation to be going to the World Cup. We're thrilled, and we're going to up our training. This is the first year when we've managed to have as much training as Scotland and England have done, and I think we've seen the results through all of our teams today, so I'm really proud of everybody, from the players to the squad players who we've been training with. It's been a massive team effort, and everybody's been together, so I'm super, super proud.
Nice words from you both. On to the women's final. Let's go support them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lovely.
Thank you. Cheers, man.